Hello everyone, my name is Super123 and today I'm going to see if I can beat Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire with only a Makuhita. Makuhita has the pretty bad claim to fame as having the lowest base defense, special attack, and speed of all fighting type Pokemon. Its HP and defense are decent enough, but will that be enough to beat the Elite Four? Its level up move pool does leave a lot to be desired, but we do get two fighting moves really early on, but we have basically no coverage, with Knockoff being the only non-fighting or normal type move we get, but seeing as it's dark type and special based, it's pretty much useless. Luckily the TM moves are where we shine. Bulk Up is an early game TM, so we benefit from the boost in attack and defense really early, and later in the game we get access to Brick Break and Earthquake, two extremely powerful moves and staples of pretty much every Gen 3 team. I'm obviously expecting Tate Eliza to be the most difficult, and with nothing to fight dragons, Drake at the Elite Four will be tough too, along with Phoebe with nothing good for ghost types. Let's go through the rules. I can only use Makuhita in battle. I can have other Pokemon in my team for pickup and HMs, but they can't be used in battle. No items in battle, only held items, and no cheating or glitches. And if you do go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and any ideas for challenge runs you have, leave them in the comments or on my Twitter at Super123. And without further ado, let's get into the challenge. Starting off using the universal Pokemon randomizer, I picked Makuhita. I actually picked it multiple times since I was resetting for a good natured one, something I've not done before in these challenges, but with these stats, I need all the help I can get. I got an adamant nature, so plus attack minus special attack, which is perfect. It also has the ability Thick Fat, making it a thick boy, and meaning fire and ice moves will do 50% less damage, which is massive, as seeing as our base special defense is awful. I decided on the name Americhu, because it looks like the Pikachu that has spent a bit too long in Dunkin' Donuts.
These donuts are great! Jelly-filled are my favorite! Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut!
Yellow body, red cheeks, random black markings, little pointy ears, well, Makuhita's tied up head, but now you can't unsee it. The rival battle was a close one, but we did pull through, and on the way to the first gym, I have to get to level 10 to learn a fighting type move in Arm Thrust, which is basically a fighting type double slap. While catching a Zigzagoon army that are named after some pretty important things, cough cough, I actually did something I don't do in my challenge runs again, and that was EV Train. EV training is essentially a way to boost specific stats while leveling up. The wild Pokemon give various stat boosts, like Poochyena giving boosts in attack, and Wurmple giving boosts in HP. Yes, it does make the in-game time go up, and I am compiling a list of the Hoenn Pokemon in J-Rose style, but I think it will make up for lost time and then some. Also, a fun fact while I'm training, Makuhita is also the first ever Shadow Pokemon encountered in the spin-off GameCube games, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty underwhelming when you consider that you start with the evolutions of Johto, and get the Johto starts right after, but it's still the first one. After that slight deviation, I got to the first gym learning Vital Throw on the way at level 13, learning it right after Arm Thrust, which makes it kind of redundant. Vital Throw is a move that always goes second, but since our speed is so awful, it doesn't really make much difference anyway. The battle against the Rock Gym was of course our first try victory with a fighting type. We actually outsped the Geodude with Arm Thrust, and kept getting low rolls. We got hit by a Rock Tomb lowering our speed even more, so I swapped to Vital Throw, which did a lot more damage. Vital Throw was doing big chunks on her nose pass, prompting her to waste both of her potions. A few critical hits later and we take it down and get the first badge in pretty simple fashion. We also got the TM for Rock Tomb, which is going to be really helpful later on, but for now, let's just focus on getting the next badge. I think it's pretty funny how my two challenge runs I was recording at this time were both with really slow Pokemon, as my previous video was Pokemon Red with only a Slowpoke. Please watch it because it hasn't really done well on my channel since I haven't uploaded in about 40 days since before that video was uploaded. So yeah, go check it out at the end of this one, I really need the support. But now we have to face off against the fighting gym, and I'm not too sure that I'm ready since Brawly's own Makuhita is pretty challenging. So I did everything I could to that point, which did include battling all the trains I could find, and even trying the rival battle. And spoiler alert, it went horribly. Literally every time I battled the rival there was a critical hit against me. I'm hardly exaggerating either, it was a legit Gen 1 chances of crits out the ass. Eventually I did get annoyed and went to fight Brawly instead, winning on only my second attempt. We now have the move Fake Out, which only works on the first time of battle, but causes a flinch, so that helps bring in a bit more damage. then all I really need to do is use Vital Throw a couple of times, hoping that the Machop's damage on us doesn't build up too high. It uses Bulk Up and Seismic Toss, which doesn't work together due to the latter being fixed damage, and it's now for the mirror match. As the opposing Makuhita uses Bulk Up, I go for a Sand Attack to lower its accuracy. That doesn't work as it gets in a Sand Attack of its own, but we still land the Vital Throw. Brawly's Makuhita uses Arm Thrust and it luckily only hits 2 times, giving us the chance to land a final Vital Throw and win the badge. Yeah, the badge is cool, but what's more important is the TM for Bulk Up. Bulk Up raises the user's attack and defense by 1 stage each, which is going to be vital in this run, as it's the only reliable buffing move we can learn. Once that was on the arsenal, the battle against the rival was a lot smoother, after I lost the first attempt due to being critically hit, because of course I did. Time to face off against Watson after spending more time than I would have wanted with the last 2 battles, and I'm a bit more confident since he has Magnemite and Magneton, which are both part steel types, being weak to fighting. But even then, my first 2 tries at this battle didn't go according to plan. That boost 30 defense and special defense is really hindering us. I did a bit more grinding and eventually learnt Knock Off. It's not the best move and I'll probably replace it soon, and I honestly have no idea why I taught this since it's Dark type, which is special in Gen 3, and Tackle would have been a lot better despite being not super effective, or not very effective at all. I'm waffling. I would say it's hindsight, but even at the time I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Tangents about leveling up moves aside, I finally got to level 30 and got my winning run. I started off using Vital Throw on both Magnemite and Voltorb to one-shot them, but since our move always goes last, they take us to 49 HP for the Magneton. Magneton lands a Thunder Wave as we take it to the red with a single Vital Throw, and if we had the ability Guts, we would have won there, but instead Watson uses a Super Potion and we get stunned. Now this is where Watson could win if he used Shockwave, which is a good idea, but it uses Sonic Boom for a fixed 20 damage, meaning that I can use Vital Throw again and take it out. I mean, we get the gym badge, so I'm not complaining, but that really wasn't very smart AI on his end. But with that badge, we can now use Rock Smash outside of battle, using that to progress through the game, but not only that, we can get the HM for Strength, an 80 base power normal type move that we just get for free, and Strength is honestly one of the best HM moves out there, pretty much on par with Surf in terms of in-game usefulness. I even did a whole Hoenn run where I used only HM moves, but seeing as I've already plugged my Slowpoke video, go and watch that first, and then go on my channel and look at the HM only video, and then check out every other video after that. They're pretty good. Alright, I'll stop plugging my videos, but only if you promise to go and watch them, like and comment on them. Before we face the Fire Gym, we have to face off against Maxie, and he was actually a really annoying battle to deal with. Yes, we do have the type advantage against the Mighty Anna, but it has the ability Intimidate to lower our attack stats substantially, and it can also use Sand Attack to lower our accuracy. It's extremely annoying to beat, and even if we do get past it, we have to fight off against the Golbat with Wing Attack, and our really low defences don't agree with that at all. It took a lot of tries, but eventually we did get past and can face off against Flannery. I should be a bit better in this gym battle due to no Intimidate lowering our attack, and I can just set up 3 bulk up boosts on the first Slugma, but while setting up those bulk ups, we do take over half health from the Slugma, but we can take it out easily, and the following Slugma also. Now we can face off against her Ace the Torkoal. We actually managed to get an attack in first, but then it uses Overheat, and my heart was in my mouth. But we survive, just about on 6 HP, and then we can land another attack and actually take it out. And I was not expecting to survive an Overheat of all moves, which is so powerful, but somehow we did. And now we can face off against a gym that Makuhita is going to absolutely destroy. This will go smoothly, right? Now despite having the type advantage, we have to be smart in this battle, since we all know that slacking is the most powerful thing on the planet. Every other turn, that is. I battled all the gym trainers to get some much needed EXP because I wasn't too confident on relying on Vital Throw, since it always goes second. But my first try of this battle went really badly. Like, really badly. I wasn't expecting it to go this bad. We only just about survived Facade with 2 bulk up boosts, but using Vital Throw doesn't matter to us since it can outspeed us anyway. Even when I can actually beat the slacking, the Vigoroth is even faster. This did take a few runs, and I didn't reset in between attempts to get some more EXP from the battle since there's nowhere to grind, and I eventually had to bite the bullet and use rare candies, taking us to level 42. But even then, it wasn't plain sailing. I'd have to start with 2 sand attacks to try and make Facade miss because it does massive damage from the get-go. I set up a bulk up on its loafing turn and took it to the red with our next attack. I know he's going to waste his attacking turn with a hyper potion, so I set up a second bulk up and hit another vital throw. Vigoroth is out and now I'm not as worried since our defense boosts are up and it's not as strong as slacking, but I still fear a critical slash. Luckily it only uses facade and we can now fight the last slacking. It tries charging up focus punch, but that just gives us a free turn to land a vital throw, and with +3 attack and super effective, it makes the badge ours at last. Even with the type advantage, I can't believe how long it took to beat that gym. And now we can carry on against a gym I'm weak against, the flying gym. Oh great! Our only chance of beating the flying gym is to teach Makuhita Rock Tomb and hope to set up enough bulk ups before being knocked out. But before that I did go to see what hidden power type Makuhita has, hoping for something like ice, but it was poison type, which is essentially useless. Needing some more levels, I battled everyone on the route from Fortree to Lily Cove with Makuhita learning Seismic Toss on the way there, a move which does a fixed amount of damage equal to the user's level. I also made it hold the King's Rock, which is an item we got from Pickup, since it gives the holder a 10% chance of flinching the opponent when using a physical move. And since that's the only type of move that we have, it's pretty damn useful. But it's only useful if we can actually outspeed the opponents, which is a next to impossible task. Now, was I overestimating this battle? Quite possibly, but I did lose the first attempt, hardly making a dent on her Swallow as it set up 6 double teams and just went to town on us. Despite those accuracy shenanigans, we get in a bulk up, and despite it using double team twice, Swallow was not too difficult to take down since its defences are pretty poor. Winona then used Skarmory, and since it's part steel type, I had to rely on the fixed damage of Seismic Toss. I got in 2 more bulk ups for later in the battle, but it used Sand Attack once, and almost completely screwed us over, taking us to 35 HP. I should have took it out when I had the chance, since her Pelipper likes to waste time with Protect, which would have been the perfect time to use bulk up, but 1 boosted Rock Tomb is plenty for it. Her Ace the Altaria is out and we are in really bad shape for this, but we just about survive a Dragon Breath on 1 HP to land the super effective boosted Rock Tomb for the one shot on the Altaria and the victory. That was a really close battle, that was as close as they come, but now the next gym is the Psychic type double battle. Please, why must I suffer this pain? Not only are we weak to psychic moves, but our special defense is about as much use as a mashed potato flying a plane. This gym took me so many tries, starting my attempts at level 57, and needless to say, it wasn't happening at that level at all. My only option was to grind more on the trainers on the seas and next to Lily Cove to make the damage dealt by Seismic Toss increase. Literally no move in our arsenal would do substantial dent to Lunatone or Solrock without bulk up boosts, and we aren't getting those in at all. After getting to level 67 and having 2 more tries at the gym, getting absolutely blown away in the process by Psychic, we actually won on the 3rd try, and it's thanks in turn to the Pickup crew and their King's Rock. Of course I go into the battle with the standard Magikarp by my side, and the good thing is at this level Makuhita can actually outspeed the opponents, which is vital, leading us to get a first turn flinch with Seismic Toss. Solrock aims for the Magikarp, meaning we're at full health for turn 2. We land another Seismic Toss on Lunatone to make it a 1v1 battle, but we're not out of the Petalburg woods just yet. Solrock uses Sunny Day for some reason as we get another lucky flinch with Seismic Toss. This means we can land another one uncontested and take the gym badge. Don't sleep on the power of the King's Rock, this just proves that with the right luck, how overpowered it can be. Sure, I had to overlevel quite a lot to make us faster, but we still smashed it. After doing all of the story stuff you've seen on this channel many times before and getting the TM for Earthquake, which is extremely important, I got to Sutopolis City for the final gym. But first I got the TM for Brick Break from the karate dude with a Kecleon in his house for some reason. This means we now have 2 of the best TM moves in Gen 3, but I'm gonna save Earthquake for later on. It's pretty nice having a gym that we're not immediately weak to, and it was a pretty easy start to the gym because after setting up a single bulk up and luckily avoiding a Sweet Kiss, Brick Break proved to be one of the most vital moves in this challenge as it one-shot Wallace's first 4 Pokemon with ease. Milotic came out and caused us many issues however. It confused us with a single Water Pulse, and due to our increased attack, our own confusion does more damage to us. We almost take out Milotic, but it survives on a single pixel of health and keeps being healed up. But even when all of its healing items are used up, it was faster than us anyway. On my next try, Love Disc confused us and the worst confusion luck took us out against the Love Disc, like so many other times on this channel. But like so many other times on this channel, third time was the charm. I couldn't let Love Disc confuse us again, so we got a critical hit, which is perfect. On Whiskas, I set up 2 bulk ups while it uses 2 amnesias, and Brick Break then proceeds to wipe Wallace's battalion, so now we can face off against the Milotic again. And even though it is still faster than us, we don't get confused by Water Pulse this time, and bish bash bosh, Brick Break, and we get the final gym badge. Despite us not being weak to that gym, Confusion Hacks really was a struggle for us, but it doesn't matter as now we can go into the Elite 4 challenge. Going into the Elite 4, my biggest worries were how on earth am I going to deal with Phoebe and Drake effectively. We do have the type advantages on Sydney, Glacier and even Steven, so they don't worry me too much. I'm definitely going to have to keep the Rock Tomb TM for Drake's flying types, and for Phoebe I'm going to need Earthquake, which I am going to use in place of Strength. Our moveset is really strong, especially with Bulk Up in tow, but those defences are abysmal. Comment what level you think I'll beat the Elite 4 at. So here is attempt 1, and despite Sydney's Mightyano lowering our attack with Intimidate, this was not really troublesome at all, as even then, most of his team are one-shots. Dark types are pretty poor defensively, so Brick Break is just the perfect move in this battle. I did even set up a bulk up against the Shiftry, mainly for a defense boost. Sharpedo raised our attack even more with Swagger, which was extremely kind of him, but it just means that we can just take him out a lot quicker. The Phoebe battle was a short-lived one due to one move, Curse. Anyone frequent to my Gen 3 runs knows that Curse is the bane of my existence. We won't be able to take out her team before Curse takes us to an early loss. On the next attempt, Dusclops didn't use Curse for some reason, but that just means I can use Bulk Up and Earthquake for a one-shot. Sableye and Bayonet were both one-shots, but we did get hit by the Future Sight damage and that Bayonet's Psychic taking us to pretty low health. Bayonet number 2 we outspeed, and Dusclops number 2 lives in the red but hit a weak Shadow Ball, and the Citrus Berry takes it out of full restore range, meaning we get the victory. That battle wasn't too bad this time, it just relies on Confusion Luck and not being hit by Curse. Now Glacier shouldn't be too troublesome, right? So I started with 2 bulk ups, and when I did that, Glalie took us down to half health for the rest of the battle. Yeah, that was one shot, as were the following 2 Celios, as we can actually outspeed them. But the second Glalie took us into the red before being knocked out. Warrain is obviously outspeeding us and knocking us out without us making a dent in it. If only we could outspeed it or it missed, then we would be facing Drake already. But alas, I have to try again. But not just once again, not twice, not even thrice. But to get back to Glacier took me 18 tries. This was mainly due to Phoebe using Curse and embarrassingly twice to Sydney thanks to sand attack hacks. A tactic that I learnt for facing Phoebe as we leveled up more was just use Earthquake on the first Dusclops and set up afterwards. It took us to level 86 before we could get past Glacier for the first time. Keep in mind we started the Elite 4 at level 71. I didn't even try setting up, I just wanted to take out the Glalie, to which I did. And the next 2 Celio and second Glalie followed suit really easily. Warrain is out, and at this advanced level it wasn't out for very long. And it's taken a lot longer than expected, but we have beaten an Elite 4 member that we really shouldn't be struggling against so much, and can face off against Drake for the first time. On this first battle with the Dragon Tamer, I had zero idea what strategy to try, so I fumbled this battle pretty badly. Shelgon lowered our speed even more than normal with Rock Tomb as we set up a bulk up and an Earthquake, and it left it on 1 HP as it hits a Dragon Claw, which is special in Gen 3, and since our special defense is awful, it does a pretty hefty chunk. Since Drake is going to use a full restore, I set up another 2 bulk ups and use Earthquake. Flygon comes out, and this is where I wish I had Strength, because all the moves are not very effective. Apart from Brick Break, I was under the impression that fighting was not very effective on Dragon, but I suppose you learn something new every day. Salamence cuts our attack with Intimidate, and if we just had a bit more health, I'm certain that a Rock Tomb could have taken it out. I need to get that Shelgon battle a bit more refined and we should be okay. But it did take me until Elite 4 attempt number 35 to get a good attempt to where I got this far. All I could do was level up on the other members and pray. We could have beaten the Salamence on this try at level 89, but Flygon paralysed us with Dragon Breath. I did a quick Makuhita with a Citrus Berry on that run rather than a King's Rock, seeing as we don't outspeed anything anyway, but it still didn't work. All I had to do was keep leveling up over and over and over and over again. A few tries later though, and a miracle happened. I actually got to battle Drake and win. Level 90 in, and it took me 19 more tries from my first attempt at him to get here. Shelgon was infuriating me as I set up 2 bulk ops and tried to attack, but it kept using protect whenever I tried to use earthquake. But eventually we took it out and hit level 91. Okay, make that basically 20 levels since my first attempt, which seems like years ago at this stage. Flygon didn't paralyze with Dragon Breath and got its bricks absolutely broken. Salamence intimidates us and uses Dragon Claw to take us down to half, but our lone rock tomb is finally the difference maker. Altaria just tries to set up on us, but it's also taken down, and its final Flygon is brick broke. After giving me a scare of course with a Dragon Breath, but wow. Level 91 with Makuhita, I wasn't expecting it to be this tough at all. At last, it's Steven time, my first battle against Mr. Mineral. We equip the King's Rock and go into the battle as he leads with a Skarmory, so I'm scared. It's a flying type and has access to Toxic, which will immediately make the battle a loss for us. Luckily it uses spikes and a brick break does neutral damage, which I didn't expect. Somehow we outspeed it though and knock it out. That's my main threat out of the way as he sends in Armaldo, who yes has good attack, but overall is not very tough defensively. I used bulk up twice and realised I had no PP left on Earthquake. Oops. Brick break it is then. Steven sent in Metagross after the Armaldo and I really wanted Earthquake for this, but I had to use brick break. It sent it into the red and luckily we got the flinch. Thank you based King's Rock. We do take Metagross to the red again after it's healed with a Citrus Berry and a full restore, but then it's healed up again. We do get in 2 more brick breaks to take it out, and that's another threat out of the way, but we are in pretty bad shape PP wise. More great luck as Claydol is critically hit with a brick break, saving us some more brick break PP, and Aggron is one shot since it's 4 times weak to fighting. Finally the last Pokemon of the run, Steven's Cradily. Yeah, it was also one shot, and that was pretty anticlimactic, but it's taken me absolutely ages to get to this point. But I can officially say, I have beaten Pokemon Ruby with only a Makuhita, beating the game at level 91 and with an in-game time of 13 hours 44 minutes. And relax. That was one of the most challenging runs I've had in a long time. Ruby and Sapphire hasn't been this bad since the Numel run. I did put this run above the Numel run in our little leaderboard, but only just about since the Numel challenge I used double team. Without that it would have taken the same if not more tries than Makuhita. The coverage in this Pokemon's moveset is absolutely abysmal, and with really low special attack, it can't even make use of Surf, which it can somehow learn, which would have been quite helpful. Overall I would say Makuhita is one of the hardest Pokemon I've used without double team. But what Pokemon do you want to see me take on Ruby and Sapphire with? Leave a comment in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you do all of those things, you will get brilliant King's Rock luck. I hope you have enjoyed. My name is Super123, and I will see you all in the next challenge.